What is not a religion, but people treat it with the same attention? Brands in general. People praising Adidas, Apple, Hugo Boss, etc. Mommy groups started getting completely out of hand when my kids were teenagers. I'm a crunchy mom. I'm this kind of mom. Or that kind of mom. Those people get rabid. How dare you listen to advice given to you from a doctor about your individual child? My group thinks this. Heresy. Blasphemy. We will crucify you. They used to helpful. Now they are F-cults. R/shit mom grup say might fit you lol. Well, that was one hell of a rabbit hole. Influencers. When Charli D'Amelio got famous, OMG did my little sister worship the ground she walked on. Charli was all she ever talked about. OMG, did you see the new video Charli posted? Sees, Charli like my comment, etc. She finally grew out tired, but it drove me insane. Same thing with my brother. Completely awestruck with anyone who is famous. Hopefully he grows out of it soon. In India. Cricket. Got. The Indian team does IDK what? Next day everybody in my class, including the F teacher, is trashing the team they once cherished. Did you see that ludicrous display last night? Disney. Especially when you go down to Florida. You have no clue the power that cartoon mouse has. I'll never forget the story about a cast member who played Goofy who was told these two kids just saw their parents killed in a car crash. One or both were beheaded from the crash and their kids saw it. We let them see the nightly Disney parade, and we are trying to get the Grandmas Hall Mickey to meet specially with them. I don't remember the backstory on why they were at Disney. I think they were waiting for a family member or something, or they literally lost all they had and were waiting to figure out what to do with them. Kids were not injured at all. Guy did what he could as Goofy to cheer them up, but they were still in shock. He said he had to leave for a bit, pull off his mask, and just started sobbing. Anyway, Mickey finally shows up and, I you not. The kids' faces light up in excitement and happiness. That's the power of the mouse. Some MLM schemes. When I was a cable installer, MLM people were my worst fear, way more than religious people. One lady spent the entire 4 hours at her house trying to convince me. After 4 hours I still was not entirely convinced I understood what they sold. I'm pretty sure they sold self-help books, but the self-help books were made solely to help you sell more of the self-help books, to sell more self-help books. A scam within a scam within a scam. Celebrity worship. When the English band Take That split up, the Samaritans helpline had such an influx from beyond broken-hearted teenage girls that they required new personnel for how overwhelmed they became. These girls genuinely lived vicariously through and lived for these celebrities and little else. Obsession with a famous person or persons. Edit. For the people who are saying that it may have been the fake pic that someone else did, I did a little digging and found the picture she showed me again. It's the one on this article. https://www.gq.com/story/Harry Styles date night outfit. I have a coworker who is obsessed with Harry Styles. She thought I was crazy for not knowing what tattoos he has, because I'm a tattoo person. And she once was telling me about how hot he looks in the most recent picture of him released. She proceeded to show me the picture, and he was wearing a mask and sunglasses in it, so you couldn't even really see his face. And she was drooling over it. Mind you, this isn't some teenager I work with. She's 31. Homeopathy. Essential oils to the young living fans vs the doTERRA fans is crazy. Aren't those both MLMs as well? Fish. Thank you for recognizing this. I tell this to my friend all the time and she laughs. Yet she'll sleep in a ditch if she could get to the venue earlier and get to meet the band. Fish fans are absolutely nuts. I live about 10 miles away from an amphitheater they'd perform at every year, and it wasn't unusual for the line of cars to extend to my house. College football. Most religions preach some sort of hope. College football rarely gives me any of that. Nebraska fan too? Pop. Yeah. It honestly rivals even more than just other music based fandoms too. Emo. I can understand being obsessed with your favorite group or band or whatever, but this takes it to an entirely new level. 420 culture. I say this as someone who smokes weed. I see so many jokes about the time 420, but nobody ever says anything about high noon. Holy yes, that's genius. Workaholism/hustle culture. As a reformed workaholic/hustler, I can 100% attest to this. 70 hours a week isn't hard, it's unhealthy. I'm about to start working like this. Just tired of being broke, and finally got a position at a job I have the option of working that many hours at. Would you say it's even possible to balance work and life at that amount of hours? Fraternities and sororities. Down to the recruitment/shunning culture. Certain sports. College football in Alabama for sure. Especially the Auburn/Alabama rivalry. It's ended marriages before. Owning a Jeep Wrangler. Reddit to add. I own a Jeep Wrangler and do 4x4 SAR for my state. It's a Jeep thing. Or so my coworkers tell me. IDK. Astrology zodiac signs. Such a Pisces thing to say. 12 signs of the zodiac. 12 character classes in D&D. That's such a paladin thing to say. Just saying. Crypto. How do you know if a guy at a party had Bitcoin? Don't worry, he'll tell you. Politics. You should vote for policies, not who has them, to head off all the people saying, well, actually, if the politician is a CNT they will later get elected etc. Clearly some kind of reform is necessary so that manifestos become legally binding. There is a distinct lack of consequences in politics, and that needs to be changed. Cheers for the awards, kind strangers. Politicians, like diapers, need to be changed regularly, and for the same reasons. Politics. Candidate worshipping is the worst. They almost always make it look like that person is some omniscient being that got S together always and knows exactly what to do for the country in silence. The console wars. This and the Apple vs Android thing. Back in the day Mac vs PC was all the rage. For many people, coffee. Don't deny it. I work at a local gourmet coffee roaster. We spend a lot of time around coffee and trying everything as homework because we have to know a lot about all of it. But the customers that come in, while not always knowing anything about it, are on a whole different level of consumption. We have so many people who come in on a weekly basis for several pounds of coffee. Not knocking. All of the regulars are great and we know them by name at this point. Honestly, one of the coolest jobs I've had and an incredibly interesting industry and market. Never thought I'd know this much about bean juice. Making the same few AskReddit threads every other day. AskReddit is just a series of bots reposting the popular questions from a month or so back over and over. Follow the sub for a little while and the repeats are obvious. Edit. Bots not boys. Autocorrect got me good. Social media. Their political ideology. You're better off insulting some people's spouses than their political dogma. Pop. Some even have shrines of their idols. TBF. This is nothing new. Teen idols and boy bands go all the way back to the 50s. Kardashians. Haven't met someone who does that, but that would be very entertaining to listen why they do. Harry Potter. The fact that Quidditch is a sport is still far beyond me. I won't pretend to understand it, but you'll do your thing, Ig.